Today, we've got a powerhouse of positivity in the studio, none other than the extraordinary Annie Clougherty.
Opportunity. Yeah, but I love that.
You put all of that into
That is the key.
Whether you're a seasoned pro in the real estate game or a first-time home buyer, we're going to dive deeper on her perspective on how to face your everyday life.
Failure happens very often,
Yes.
but it's where you learn the most.
On what you shouldn't do.
Don't ever go to bed at night thinking I should have done that. Just go to bed and at least say I did that or not chicken out is so huge.
Reality.
Failure happens very often,
Yes.
but it's where you learn the most.
Her life mantra.
Reputation, dedication, tenacity, results 24/7. Say, this doesn't align with my values. I don't want to do that, and that's why I'm having a pause. We're like this all the time, so I was so used to doing that, and now it's okay to just say, I'm gonna wait.
And situations that can either make or break you. I was at the top. I had nobody I was really talking to. I was figuring it out, and I was very much a yes, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I realized the power of the pause, and I actually had one conversation with an agent, and she's like, you should probably taken a second to think about that, shouldn't you have? And it just stopped me in my tracks on the phone, and I was like, welcome to another amazing episode of the Work Hard, Smile Large podcast. I'm your founder and host, Nicole Christopherson, and the podcast has got wings again, and we are in Orange County, California. I have my friend Annie Clougherty here with me of the AC team, and we've known each other for nearly 20 years.
We got our start in real estate together.
We did. So we are going to talk about life, family, hard work, and everything, but more importantly, this really powerful industry and fun industry that we both work in, real estate. So take it away, Annie. Tell them a little bit about AC Team and yourself.
Thank you for having me. Annie Clougherty, as Nicole said, I've been in real estate 20 years. I started a team actually only about, I think I'm at 6.5 years ago when I joined Compass. There's 7 of us. It's been great. I focus here in coastal Orange County along with my team. We connect over community, huge in community. There's probably not a school or some kind of foundation that I have said no to, because if it betters where I live and my clients, I love to say yes to it. So thanks for having me. You know, we've known each other 20 years and it's been a bit.
We've steered our businesses and our families and our careers throughout this whole time. And we've maintained our friendship and touch base or reach out to each other for things whenever we need it. And that's rare, I think, in our industry.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too.
Very rare.
And be supportive of what everybody's doing and want the best for them, want their success.
Absolutely.
I'll never forget, I want to say, before I started my team, I want to say it was probably 10 years ago. And I think that I had maybe just had my 3rd kid, and we were talking about...
We were at Lindsay's baby shower.
And I had told you I had brought someone in to co-list something. And you were like, what are you doing? And I go, I was kind of busy. And you were like, you can do this on your own. Why are you bringing someone in? I'm like, I felt so overwhelmed. You're like, you need more help. You got to get that nanny more. And honestly, that was like a huge shift. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember the conversation.
I do. I remember exactly where we were.
Yep.
I remember what booth we were sitting at Lindsay's baby shower when we had that conversation. And because selfishly, I was like, she needs to come work with me. That was what I was like, right when I was starting NMC. And I'm like, gosh, if Annie was here, we could like kill it.
Rush.
Yes. Yeah. And then you did it.
Yeah. I'm like I am very
one step at a time.
I say that all the time. Even my kids, my son he's 16, was having a hard time with something the other day. And he goes, Mom, you tell me one step at a time. This is my next step.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And then hard work. I really think that hard work is such a huge thing. And people's definition of hard work, I don't know. I think we're times 10 in our work ethic.
That's what I learned recently, is how intimidating we may be and our personalities may be, but I don't ever mean to exude that pressure on somebody else. I think it's just we're hard shoes to tap around.
Yes.
And I've been very cognizant of making sure I tell people, you're not me. Don't compare yourself to what I try to do in a day. It may be the right way. It most likely is the wrong way for you. Like, it may be the right way for me. It may not be, but this is the pace I run at. This is the fuel God gave me to like get through my day and get through my life and challenge time. Like, I just feel like I'm constantly challenging time. Like if I could just do that, then I have a more peaceful weekend. If I could just do this, and I do, every day I fall asleep before my head hits the pillow.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's because I choose to set these goals for myself. And that's what I try to empower the people that I mentor with is it's up to you how you start your day and what you want to accomplish. It's your definition.
Yeah.
But if you don't take time to sit and look at that, then where are you going to be at the end of your day? And then where is that day going to end you with, after the next 4 days at the end of your week? And I'm just like, that's where I'm just like, everything starts with each day.
I listen to Ed Milet. Yep. And so over the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 Ed Milet podcasts that one of them was this morning that literally says you have to, when someone looks forward to a vacation, it gets you excited, right? And he's like, you have to do that in your life though, too. When you achieve a goal, you can't just say, I achieved it. What's your next look forward to that you can get excited to prepare to achieve for?
Exactly.
And then his other thing was, kind of don't ever go to bed last night or at night thinking I should have done that. So if you get something hard or a challenge, it's so easy. He used the example of walking on hot coals. I forget who the guy is and he goes, it was however many years ago. And he goes, I did it. It started to burn. And he goes, and I literally went up and went to bed in my room. And he goes, and I was kind of ashamed. Like I didn't go and I didn't walk on the hot coals and I didn't finish what I started. And I think that all the time to just go to bed and at least say I did that or, not chicken out is so huge.
It is. And that's a life lesson in itself. Like you're going to do things in your day or challenge yourself and not have the outcome that you want to have.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't always have the outcome that we want to have.
Failure happens very often.
Yes.
But it's where you learn the most.
Yeah.
The most grit and the most.
Reflecting on what that failure meant and what you learned from it is like the number one thing because it happens every single day. If I don't run my family's program and routine the way we know we ebb and flow the best.
Yep.
I eat crow at the end of my day because I'm like, well, that threw everything off. And that's why my night was hard. And that's why, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it plays in a business. It plays in a family. It's like we're our own, well, let's talk about this. We're our own bosses.
Yep. Yeah.
Like in so many facets, but it's hard to be a leader and have people like, you know what I mean? To intimidate people with, your differences from them. Yeah.
I've heard, what did someone use as a analogy for me? I forget the word. And I was like, really? That's how you see me? But I mean, and he goes, no, not in a negative way, but listen, I'm a driver. I'm a go-getter. I mean, and sometimes I think that people are intimidated by that. Yeah. And I always say, listen, I'm running 50 miles an hour. So if you need me, sometimes you have to say, I need 5 minutes of your time, because otherwise I'm doing my stuff,
Yeah. You put it in gear and you don't really downshift.
No, that's real estate or life. I always say you have to have your gas on the pedal, especially in our industries. Yep. If you let your foot off the gas, that affects you a month, 3 months, 6 months, and a year down the line. So it's kind of, some people would say, I mean, sometimes that's a little bit of, if there was a negative of our business, the little bit of it depends on how you look at it.
It depends on how you structure your business.
Yeah.
So here's the secrets. Because I asked people today on stories, I had to get on social media. I'm like, what do people want to know about a teen lead or what question do you have? Because that is what I get asked when I get off a leadership panel or I'm speak on something like we do these Zooms every Tuesday and people always message me after them. Yeah. It's like our icon, mastermind thing. And we used to do them secretly. And then we're like, let's just live stream them on Workplace and let's let everybody see them. And now I get so many questions about stuff and it's just powerful. It's so powerful.
And where do thought leaders go to learn? It sounds like your panel.
And they think that you have it all figured out. Yeah. You don't.
No.
You're just consistent with certain things that allow you to pivot at those times. You need to pivot or accept that lead or call that person back or, you know what I mean? Or put two things together.
Yep.
So we are kind of always on.
Oh, 100%.
And you have to be ready for yourself and for your day.
100%. Okay. So what was some of the questions you were asked?
It's always about my morning routine. Because I don't know about my morning routine. Yeah. It changes. I'm not going to say it changes all the time. I wake up for me and I start my day with so much intention.
Okay.
And I need my alone time in the morning.
Yep.
And I need to make sure my family and all my stuff is kind of set up because I'm not a scrambly kind of person. When it gets scrambly, you can't predict anybody's personality. So just like your business, it's like your family. You can't predict how they're going to wake up or anything like that. So the more prepared I am for them, the better I can see them off and the better I can slip into my cadence and keep going, right? Because if that throws me off, then my cadence is off all day. I'm a human. right? But like my closet, these are things I've been leaving out when I talk to agents. I'm like, my closet is organized. I'm an organized person to an extent. You know, I don't go through
organization is 100
everything.
And I get anxiety if like things in my house aren't organized or put together.
And I don't like to say we're OCD, but like Matt's very organized. I'm very organized. When we moved into our house, we had organizers organize it. We've kept it that way. We haven't weeded through anything or anything like that. Like my jewelry drawer is all crazy because I grab and go a lot and stuff, but my clothes are organized. Everything's organized. I do laundry on a certain day. I don't carry routines throughout the whole week like that. Like I get the work done. But that helps me to be able to pivot when I have to pivot. Yeah. So then me taking care of myself or me getting ready, I don't take longer than, unless I have to dry my hair or do like more that day, I don't take longer than 20 minutes to get ready.
Same.
And I don't think about my outfit.
Drying the hair is the
hair thing. But I don't think about what I'm going to wear necessarily until I get cleaned up. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear? Because then I just wear what I'm vibing. I'm myself. I'm authentic every single day.
Yep.
If I feel like being dressed up, I'm going to be dressed up, even if I'm working at my home office.
Yep.
Because I'm showing up for myself. Yeah. And when I show up for myself.
We talked about it. I said, can I wear jeans?
And I'm in flip-flops. And then I'm in flip-flops. I didn't even put my heels on because I'm just like, I'm in California. Yeah. And that's how I feel like being right now. I don't want to put the heels on right now.
No, totally.
But that I think is the crucial part. And health is not a diet to me. Health is not going to the gym and talking to a bunch of people and working out for 2 hours like it used to be. Health to me is lifestyle now. Yeah. And by lifestyle, it means I grocery shop a different way. I order all my groceries. I don't buy the extra stuff at the grocery store. I pretty much set what I want to make for the week in my head and only buy my groceries to that. And I maintain a consistent diet where I eat Fritos before I eat stuff that's not healthy, but I'm consistent. So, and I work out regularly, meaning 5 days a week. But I used to.
You have a gym at your new house?
I have a Peloton and a tonal.
Okay, got it. I think that's because you had that at the old house. The tonal is the one that straps on the...
Yep, we had that at the old house, but I would still go to Equinox at 5 a.m. and spin with my friends. Yep. And I would run around, and I think that lifestyle has passed me, and it may be age or whatever, but my discipline is to myself. Yeah. Not to getting in the car, rushing to the gym, and rushing back.
At 5 a.m. or are you doing it at...
I don't leave my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally get up and I'll do my 30 minutes or whatever of cardio when I feel like doing cardio. Yeah. If I wake up and I'm more tired or something goes off in the morning with the family, then Matt and I go for a walk. And if I want to jog on that walk, I jog. And I just go with the flow. I give myself grace.
Yeah.
Because that regiment that I did before isn't sustainable for me anymore.
Yeah.
It takes too much time. It takes too much effort. It's another bag to pack, unpack. It's those things that like I just don't fit this lifestyle. But the biggest thing is the consistency.
And you said your intention too. You got to go back to that because I'm curious to hear your intention in the morning. Tell me about your vitamin pack first.
Like my vitamins are all done out, and it's not like I take them every single day. I fail forward, you know what I mean? But I do have everything ready and take them. But I bring them with me. I drink a lot of water.
The water's key.
I choose, if I know I eat something bad, I eat something healthier for the next couple times. Yeah. I don't eat airport food. I only drink alcohol at the airport. Like I don't.
That is the key.
The key is alcohol. It burns all the germs and it keeps you happy. No,
yeah. Kidding. Oh my God.
Only in moderation. Yeah. But that's just
only in moderation. But I'm sorry, you have to get the double for $1.
Yes.
Not every time, but sometimes.
Yeah. And everybody says how sick they get when they're traveling and stuff. I'm like, because you're eating airport food and you're not drinking the alcohol. You got to drink the alcohol. It kills everything, whatever you're exposed to on the plane.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't know. We just stay consistent.
Yeah.
And it's like I give myself grace and we eat healthy and we have a healthy lifestyle and I don't kill myself over anything anymore. And that's been healthier.
Yeah.
It's been healthier.
Yeah, you look great.
Because when you fall off the gym and then you beat yourself up because you're not going to the gym for an hour or two every day or taking the class you always used to take, like that thought process is gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
You have such a pretty area to walk around.
Yes. No matter where we're at, we get out and walk around.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your intent? I've tried the waking up and journaling and doing all of that. It's not my thing.
So you have a business coach.
Yeah.
I very briefly started with her and need to pick it back up after 3 years. So.
I actually haven't seen her in
we've been.
I feel like I've kind of graduated-ish.
So we started and I was journaling. I've never been a journaler. I feel like I write the same things in it and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I think my intention is how I inspire others.
Yes.
That gets me going. Like, and so like work hard, smile large is our family. Like I wake up and my kids don't leave my house. I say work hard, they say smile large. And I don't care if I'm throwing their shoes out the door at them for them to just get on the bus and have shoes on or whatnot.
Yeah.
I just care about everybody else.
I love
and
that.
if I don't have people to love on or talk to or motivate or do whatever, like I feel like I'm lost because then that's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think my intention every day is like, who can I help? What can I do? Who needs me kind of thing. And that's what makes me a service. Like I am of service to my clients, I'm of service to my family, I'm of service to my work hard, smile large community. And it's because that makes my heart beat faster.
I know,
you know?
Yeah.
And that's where my intention is.
Giving back, I would say, in community, it makes me so happy.
I know.
So like it makes me so happy.
But the peace in the morning that I need is just quiet because we don't have quiet.
Oh no, it's a half hour. I take my time. I make my coffee. I put my collagen in it. I sit.
Do you have your little I have like my little emulsion thing like?
Oh no, but my girlfriend has it. The spinner. It actually is amazing. I should get it because it really
I just have one on the side because I was using it for my Arbonne greens, and I'm like, why am I not using this for my coffee?
Yeah, I need to. I'm going to do that because it makes it
a game changer.
Yeah, no, I just use a spoon and then I get the chunky stuff. So
no, you need the little emulsion thing.
Yeah. And then I probably have like 5 minutes of just alone, quiet. It's still dark outside. I love the time change for that. It's darker.
Do you hold your phone or do you leave your phone alone at that time?
That 5 minutes, my phone's alone. And then truthfully, again, some people I pick it up and then I'm looking through my news articles and I like that. I like to have that before anyone's woken up, I've done all my reading.
Well, and that's when you get on and you talk on your stories and you're like, true. You're like, hey, it's me. Hey, it's me. You're all, I just had to say this. Don't worry about my hoodie right now.
Yeah, no, or yes. I don't know. I'm like half asleep with my coffee, but I feel like that's when I get my inspiration. A lot of times when because I post my own stuff, even on my posting, I've tried and used, social media person before. And
nobody helps me with NMC.
No.
It's me. It's my team and I for NMC. Yeah.
And it's my words, but sometimes
it's because real estate's so fast. We pivot and we're right now.
Yeah.
Real time news all the time. If your realtor is active in the market and is seasoned, it's all real time. There's no set it and forget it in our industry.
No, and that's why I'll read like an article and sometimes I'll think I'm going to post something else and I go, you know what, I'm going to talk about this or I'm going to talk about this because this just happened or this just happened. And I really try and keep people, you and I are like this, is we are so connected in our local community with like ordinances and city councils. And I wish more people paid attention because there was just something that passed that I don't think is great. And even reading the stuff, nobody showed up for the other side, and it was unfortunate. So I just think that I want to wake up and
ignorance is not bliss anymore. No. It's happening. Mm-hmm. And whether you like it or not, you have to have a voice or at least understand it so you can educate your neighbor or your mom or your family or your friends or it's happening. And it has been for a while. I said a lot of stuff about private property rights about 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I was chairwoman of the governing political affairs committee at the Board of Realtors and no one would listen to me. And I'm like, private property rights, stuff's going on, stuff's happening. Just keep an eye out. And a lot of my friends who are investors who have hundreds of doors are freaking out about it now. And I said it was going to happen and you guys turned a blind eye.
Yeah.
No one believed it. And I can't go into the specifics because everybody has different feelings about everything.
Yeah.
But
no, it's unfortunate. Like landlord and again, every state's different. This is different. But I just think people really have to pay attention with what's going on, or let's say I'll use an example, taxes. Because I'm in California or in Texas, so we pay our taxes. But a couple years ago, how we were really against as realtors the change in the property tax that you could no longer that you voted that would raise. People voted against it that it would raise the taxes. So generational property that great grandma gave to grandma people are having to sell them because they can't afford them, and it's so sad because it's years and years of memories and
which it's happening in Texas. Our property taxes are based off our assessed value, not our sales price.
Yeah, which is, and
so your assessed value can change, depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
2%.
Yeah.
It can change based on where you're at. But like your assessed value can go up or down based on where the market is, right?
Yeah.
The assessor's office. So we protest our property tax value every single year.
Yep.
Because,
which, by the way, you can do in Orange County too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should to be continued.
To be continued.
But we just voted, there was another bill, we just voted this week about bringing down the homestead tax.
Okay.
So like people are proactive even then, even with homestead taxes and sheltering even more, sheltering is the wrong word, protecting our rights, you know? And I, this year in my tax protest, exercised my taxpayer bill of rights. I said, with these facts that I looked up, I am exercising my taxpayer bill of rights for the state of Texas because this is not uniform and equal. And the data right there didn't even matter what the comps were. They were like, understood.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. And I am not like a super big political person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I just state the bullet points and you know what I mean? What's pertinent for my clients and myself and stuff like that. But it was pretty powerful.
I love that.
Yeah. And I want people to know that it is possible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Just educate yourself. And if you don't know, have a great realtor who knows these things and then helps you and pays attention.
Yes.
So we were saying, I had a realtor ask me, how do you get your news the other day? And I said, well, I'm registered for this. And then you have to have the city Google hashtag that it notifies you. So anything in all these cities, Orange County, I wake up and there's my notifications. It's that easy.
Yep. Google alerts. Things that you follow and you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm very cognizant of what news I listen to. Like I get a few emails here and there. I read the Inman stuff. I read
Inman every morning. I do Morning Brew.
Okay.
I don't know if you have Morning Brew. It's like short and concise. It's like almost like a newsletter where they're just pulling from various sites.
Yeah.
I do read Leonard Steinberg. He is, all right, do you know who that is?
Yes, I've heard the name.
Yes, he has a newsletter every morning.
Okay.
And so I like it, you know, because I think it's pertinent as far as real estate.
Basically, what we're getting at here is when you are an entrepreneur, like your learning never stops.
Oh,
and
never. Every day, all the time.
Every day, you are a student as much as you are a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, and a leader.
Which people are probably sick. So, you know, with all this commission stuff going on, I mean, we could argue that till the cows come home. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to start saying, you know, stories that happen every day. Because I think for you and I, my whole thing is I say white glove service. So I'll have a transaction that had 50 million hiccups and the client never knows because you're dealing with them on the back. Yep. You're making everything perfect. So I think sometimes to the client, it's like, well, wasn't that the easiest transaction? Or they think, and you go, oh God, you have no idea. But you know, we get it to the end and we do all of the things that we're supposed to do. Yep. So now I'm just starting to share a little bit more about that. And then the sad part is, I think because we're been here for 20 years and then we have a community of very high end, and I don't mean high end by price, like high end thoughts, high end achievers, high everything, that then sometimes you're dealing with people with lower standards, not higher standards as a realtor, or that just came in the business and is not doing the education. And I think to myself, my God, what a shame that they're representing someone.
When you go and hire a doctor for your health, you want the best doctor.
The best doctor.
When you are dealing with one of the biggest financial decisions or assets potentially in your life, do you want the student or the intern? Yeah. Or do you want the best surgeon?
I think some people don't even know. They go, oh, they'll do it for 1%. And they don't even look at the qualifications.
And the liability that comes with it.
That's so the last 2 days I've just been on my stories. I mean, again, probably sick of it. I showed purchase contracts yesterday. I go, this person didn't fill out any of this and sent it to me as a binding document. I mean, anyone could have taken advantage of that, and then their client would have been on the hook for paying for some of these things.
Yep. You know, and it's been, let's see, I'm 20 years now, so been through a previous real estate cycle.
Yes.
Things happen during these times in our industry when people who don't have the experience and don't have the grit and don't have the contract knowledge or the legal experience or expertise or knowledge, you know, they tend to find other careers, which thankful for our clients and for our industry will be happening.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that if it's not for you and you haven't taken the time to become a true real estate professional and be able to advise your clients, you know, you need
know the contract, know the laws, these things.
You need to. You are protecting their biggest asset potentially. I mean, you're not babysitting it. Yes, that's for sure. Going back into what is happening right now with that and people cycling out and everything, what are you doing this year that's going to be different? Because we're all doing things different. You've grown a team. Yep. You're a leader to your team. She's an awesome marketer. You
I do. I love that though. That's fun for me.
I know.
Coming up with new ideas. I love that. That's where I think my creative juice is. I always say you're either creative or organized, and I think I'm very organized.
Yep.
But as far as creativity, I don't paint, I don't play, but I do love that part of it.
You just put who you are in real life into your business.
Yeah.
Like Annie's always been so fun. You run around and dance. You'll karaoke when the opportunity
comes. Yeah, but I love that.
And you put all of that into your business. Do you think that is an attraction tool to your clientele as well? To clients that maybe didn't know you or are in your sphere of influence?
I think that anything, if I'm your vibe attracts your tribe. I hate to say that, but if you're either going to love that or hate that. There's other agents where, someone's going to use them because that's not their vibe.
Yep.
I just kind of do it because I have fun, and I think so much of our work is work. And so I kind of like doing that because it gives it a little bit of fun. We work so hard. I want to be able to throw the lip sync or the whatever on there.
I wonder if there's ever going to be a time where we say we're not working so hard because we just work a lot. Like that's just our nature.
But for me, I guess
it's our nature. We just work a lot.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not a lot. It's just a hard deal or something.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't know. I also love that though. I love the art of the deal. Yep.
They're never the same.
They're never the same.
Never the same.
I love the grit that each one teaches you. You're always learning something. It's always a learning lesson. I think that's why it's because real estate is never the same. That's why it keeps it interesting.
It always.
Yeah. So what am I doing different?
Like what's different in 2024?
Well, I'll say I know a lot of people have cut back on marketing. I'm all in. Mm-hmm. I mean, has business slowed down? Absolutely. But this is when you eat market share. Mm-hmm. And so I'm out there marketing, doing all of those things because I believe in myself and my business. And I believe that real estate is still one of the best investments you can ever have.
Still in a super competitive market. I mean, inventory is still really low in Orange County. I'm trying to scrape things out of thin air. I need off-market transactions because I have people with cash that need to buy, and it's still...
Yeah, I mean, I literally am like looking under every rock. I tell clients that, I go, I'm going to turn over every rock.
Yeah.
And I would say we're pretty lucky on that because of relationships with other agents. I 100%. Mean, that's where you know exactly, I know exactly who sells here and I'm going to go whole him. And then there's that trust where they say, oh, absolutely, I have this coming and this coming. Because if you're just some average Joe off the street, you're not going to know who to call, who to go to, and then they're absolutely not going to share it with you.
Again, so agents that are experienced have more resources than just clicking into the MLS and clicking through the MLS.
Oh, deals don't get down in the MLS.
No, they do not.
Mm-mm. And we always say, even if you get into escrow, that's step one of about 100 steps. It's almost the easy part to get into escrow. Sometimes it's the harder part to keep it in escrow and stick it to the end.
What is like a life motto or a mantra?
Well, my mantra for work, which I do think is, we don't have necessarily, and you say work hard, smile large. And I was thinking of that. And I said, well, I have to say that to my kids. Mine is just, I always say to my kids, I love you more, which is why I have it tattooed. I do tell them I love them. I just don't think you get told that enough.
Any more tattoos in your life?
No, just these two, I think. Okay. Yeah. And this was 40 and like 42. So I'm done. My husband just got his third. I don't know if his mom's going to watch this because she thinks he only has one.
Tattoos are okay. My husband's sleeved and, work hard, smile large will be on my body at some point.
Yes.
We'll document it.
You just have one, right? The one on your toe.
I have one on my back too.
Oh, I think I knew that maybe.
Yes.
You're like, so two or you're like ...
Two. I will get more. Work hard, smile large is going somewhere at some point in time.
My mantra for work has always been reputation, dedication, tenacity, results 24/7. And I mean, that's just been, and even Angie, when I was working with her, she goes,
I was going to say, wasn't that on a card in your wallet when you were working with Angie?
Oh, that's my values. I still walk around with it. I have my values over there in my purse.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in the beginning, when you're working with her, you're going because you're saying there's something missing, or I'm at a crossroads, or maybe I haven't gone over, I'm trying to get up and over the hill. And so there's like roadblocks. And so my thing was at the time, I think I was saying yes to things that didn't represent my values. And so she has you write those down so that if you're ever feeling like an uneasiness about something, it's a quick glance to say, does this align with my values? And if it doesn't, you say no.
Yep.
And that could mean a business transaction, going out at an event, anything, having an extra glass of wine. I feel like you could look at that for anything and say, this doesn't align with my values. I don't want to do that. And that's why I'm having a pause. And then the great thing is that she taught me, and I do think that that's changed my life in my family and work, is the power of the pause, meaning we're like this all the time. So I was so used to doing that. And now it's okay to just say, I'm going to wait. I'm going to answer that more email in the morning. I'm going to answer that text.
I learned that when I started my brokerage.
Did you? So you were much earlier than
leader.
me.
I was at the top. I had nobody I was really talking to. I was figuring it out. And I was very much a yes, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going. And I realized the power of the pause and not responding to agents so rapidly. And I actually had one conversation with an agent. And she's like, you should probably taken a second to think about that, shouldn't you have? And it just stopped me in my tracks on the phone. And I was like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this work. She's absolutely right.
She's absolutely right. I know. And
I could have said, let me get back to you. And that's when you realize the agents that are catty and hurtful and the agents that you enjoy working with too. But it was a very good professional learning lesson for me. So
you're going to have to tell me about that transaction offline.
No, we all have those, but it was a good learning lesson for me. So I do breath work a lot, and not like avid, like a workout, like my friend does beautifully. I just always stop and take deep breaths and pause and multiple breaths and reset. And that's been really helpful for me too.
I do that too, is like if you have anxiety or
like, I want to hear it and I want to slow my heart rate down, and I want my blood pressure to just balance for a second so I can think more clearly.
Absolutely.
That's a powerful professional tool too.
100%.
Because your brain's going so fast or think about so many things, and you feel like you have to make these certain decisions or talk or keep going, and you just have to stop and listen to your breath for a second, and then the answers come. So that's been another professional tool.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's so true. It's key.
And they know if they can hear me, or if I stop and I'm just like breathing for a second, it's not because I'm mad. Like before, I used to get all flustered and everything. It's like, I just want to just get back into the present real quick and then re-engage.
Yeah.
What's it been like growing a team for you?
A lot of learning, a lot of mistakes, a lot of learning from my mistakes, a lot of pride in that I'm so proud of what I've created. It wasn't out of not, making those mistakes, but I think I've learned. I would have never called myself a leader before, but I definitely think I'm a leader. I have a lot of other agents that come to me for advice, come to me to be on the team, come to me for all that, which I'm not really wanting to grow anymore, because I think that when you get too large, my thoughts are you get really diluted. I'm dangerous saying this, but sometimes when you work with larger teams, there's a lot more mistakes that can happen. And I am very much that I feel
you're so true to your brand and who you are and what it represents, just like your values and your mantras and stuff. Like that's so important, I feel like.
Yes.
Because then the culture of your team changes.
Yes, 100%. And I don't want that to change. And I want all of that. I meet with my team every year and I say, if you're wanting to change or go a different, just let me know. Like, let's talk that through, because I want to always be supportive and have people. And
you want people to grow. 100%. You're not in this position to not see your team grow.
No,
and
not at all.
We can talk about that. Like, things have shelf lives. Supportive roles have shelf lives. They grow. You want their wings to get stronger.
Yes.
Like, you can't not want that for them. Yeah. And so that's a big part of growing my brokerage, and where my career has gone is the support growing.
Yep.
And having to replace somebody who's pivotal in your growth or has helped you get to where you're at, and knowing that they need to spread their wings and fly. Those are like always big aha moments in business too that people don't talk about.
And how many assistants have you gone through?
Well, let's see. A lot of my assistants started out as interns
and then
became licensed and became part of my team.
How big's your team now?
I have 5 here in California, and I have one in Arizona, one in Texas.
Oh my gosh. So 7. There's 7 total, because we have 7.
Yes.
I'm 7 total.
Yes. And then in my organization, because now at my brokerage, I have my team that has my branding and NMC. But then I have my organization of people who I've sponsored, and I have like my mentees, people that I mentor
through EXP,
which is also a really cool part. So they're not using my branding or anything like that. I have 4 mentees.
Oh, thank God, though. That's what we were saying is all these agents that don't have somebody to mentor them or.
That's required. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to for their first 3 transactions. It's really important.
Yes.
So that I pull them in. And even you, like I send you my Monday motivation stuff.
Yes.
Like I pull anybody into my stuff because I feel like we need to learn from other people.
Yep.
You know, it's helpful.
That's where I learn the most is talking to other people. That's sometimes even my husband will say, if I'm not feeling like 100%, he's like, you need to go out. You need to, and it's not going out for drinks with friends, but I can go to, someone invites me to, I have a girlfriend that makes jewelry, glitter for the breakfast, Lindsay Coluccio. There you go. And she's just really building her brand and it's so nice. And she had an event a couple days after Halloween and you just go and I'm always inspired by someone just trying or doing what they're meant to be and just working to make it amazing.
It like reignites
me. And then you're around other amazing women that want the best for each other or being true to themselves or just kindness. I think there's so much shit out there, I guess, sometimes it's just nice to be around people who really want the best for everyone and are just trying to be the best at whatever they are.
And supporting each other. Not beating each other up or comparing or, you know what I mean? There's just, that doesn't even.
It gives me life. Like I literally feel so much better. I come home and I go, you're right, babe. Like that was just, I had a great time or I was talking to this person and then this person's doing this. And it's so great to have those conversations.
Yeah. Your community, your social community,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It refuels you for your professional community, your team and stuff like that.
100%.
Super happy you came on. Want to know AC team.
Yes.
What is going to be your legacy? I'm gonna take it off of you and put it on the AC team.
Oh, well, my legacy, but I always ask is with my kids, I'm always like, who's taking over? Who's taking over my business? There's 16, 13, and 11. So I always say, I never thought of it that way.
Driving?
Huh? Yeah, he's 16. He's fully driving. So now he started driving in September and I can say, go, I need you to get your sister or I need you to do this. And he's actually really great at that. And he's a good driver. But I tell my kids now, because over the last year or two, I've said, I've worked so hard to build my name and my brand. And we know how much that is in a community that I hope that one of them will want. They all say now, no, you work too hard is what they say to me. One of them just said, but do you make money, Mom, selling houses? And I go, I do. And he goes, my middle one, he goes, maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah. No, my oldest says she wants to do real estate, which is awesome. I'm trying to get my husband to get his license because I'm like, you need to partner up at some point when you're retiring in a couple of years and stuff like that. But that's great.
So I would say that is part of the legacy. And then the other one is I just always refining and making the systems better and all of, because it's always getting better and making it a well-oiled machine is.
But you're authentic. You don't automate anything. That was one of the other things I wrote down on my way here. And I was like, she is not an automated agent. She is the most authentic agent that I've been able to watch grow since we had that really raw conversation at a lunch table, probably after a lot of wine. But you're so authentic.
Sometimes wine is the key to the breakthrough.
You see the takeaway from this episode?
Oh my God. It's so good to see you. I love seeing how much you're thriving and I'm honored to have been here.
Just paving my own path. I don't want to do it like anybody else did it. I don't want to do it like anybody else did it. It wasn't intentional, like I said that, but it's what fuels me and fuels my family. So we just tread our own path, our own way, in heels or in flip-flops or whatever we're doing, and we're just going to do it our way.
I love that.
Whether people like that or don't like that.
They don't have to like that.
I got to a point, I'm at a point in life where I don't really get bothered by what other people think.
I think that, are you 40 yet? I know you're younger than me. You are 40. I couldn't remember how much younger because I'm 46.
42.
Okay, yeah. So we think there's something about the 40s that 40s, having your kids and just saying, I don't care. Like I wake up, I know I'm a good person. I always say, if I've done something and I need to say sorry, I say,
absolutely,
I will apologize,
absolutely.
But for the most part, I know what's in my heart and I'm always trying to do the right thing. And if someone doesn't like it,
you're doing it for you,
for me,
we're not
for my
doing
family.
It for validation or credit or anything like that. It's for you.
I just don't care either. Because I'm like, I mean, I can't control that. I'm past the point of trying to control any. No, it's there. There's no time for that.
Yeah.
No time for that.
Good job, Mom.
Good job, honey. Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, it's fun watching you, and it's fun working alongside you in our, Orange County community, but you're nationwide too. I mean, I know you've got a big network of people that you collaborate with, and I'm happy to be one of them.
Yes, absolutely.
So happy to be one of them. So thank you for joining me on the Work Hard, Smile Large podcast. As always, work hard,
Smile large.
Yay! And there you have it. Dear listeners, as we reach the end of this episode, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us on this journey, for lending us your ears and your time. Work hard, smile large.